Hello and welcome to day number 6. Today we are going to be having a lot of fun creating an action plan for you. This action plan is going to be directly related to the transformations that you are desiring. Yesterday we looked at creating a segment of time in every single day of your life moving forward that will help to create a conducive state and raise your vibration before you even get stuck into your day. So we looked at prevention rather than cure. So today's plan is to create a strategy, a map, a plan of action that will be directly related to the changes and the goals and the upgrades that you want to experience. So the importance of today is to get really connected to the exact results that you want. So for example, if you are wanting to improve your business, then of course you're going to look at where the shortfalls are, look at what you're not liking and what you do want in that business upgrade or transformation, and then logically connect plans of action or steps of action that you can carry out over the next days, weeks or months that will enable you to get what you want. So raising that state or standard of business or creating that transformation. So you're going to pick actions that are related. Maybe it's setting up some meetings or sending those emails. Maybe it's filing that report. Maybe it's having those potential client conversations that you've been putting off. Maybe it's taking that course to improve your level of knowledge in a certain area within your business. If you are looking to improve your relationship, then of course you'd have to sit down and create a plan of action with your partner. If you're looking to attract a relationship, then there are steps that you would take that you would directly correlate to that desire that you have. So we're getting really specific with our action plan. So yesterday was a little bit more broad, it was a little bit more general. We were looking at your state, who you be, who you are, who you're showing up as, how you're vibrating in this world, your thoughts, your ideas, your behaviors, your fears, your wounds. So although those action steps, those activities that you created a plan for yesterday are highly important, and actually they need to come first, because if our state is not conducive to or a perfect vibrational match to the results that we want, then we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot before we even get started. So yesterday's activities are indirectly related upgrade actions, as I call them, and they have to come first and foremost. They form the basis, the foundation. Just like when we're building a structure or a house, we must first lay the foundations. So yesterday's activities are your number one priority before you start your day. But of course we have to also live in the real world, and we have to also address that there are two sides to everything, what I call the spiritual and the real. So the spiritual, the vibrational, the invisible, so to speak, the things that are inside you that maybe so far this week you've started to feel them and become familiar and aware of them. It's more, hopefully, way more than you ever have done in the past. But we now must get our kind of what I call get to business hat on, so we can begin to actually make tangible shifts in your life and really powerfully convert your desires into a reality that you wake up to every day. So when you're creating your plan of action, be specific, be realistic. All right. So of course, if you want to, create more revenue in your business, or if you want more, just in general, more money in your life, then when you're setting your action plan, when you're, thinking about your goals, be as realistic as you can without sort of killing your desires, without sort of tipping the balance and moving into fear or limit or sort of limiting your potential, because your potential really is limitless. But we don't start off limitless. Well, we do actually, we're born limitless, but then we get into a state of living in real life, and we listen to our parents and our teachers and the media, and we see what goes on around us, and we draw also our experiences and create our beliefs based on what's happened or not happened in our life. So just to get the get it straight, you can be limitless. But if we fall into a pattern or a state where we're not experiencing that in this moment, then that means that there's a mismatch in what we're desiring and what we can achieve today. So there has to be a gradual increase. There has to be a slow, step-by-step plan that will enable you to take sure, secure, and certain steps to increase, to improve, and to transform. And I think this is probably one of the important points that a lot of transformational coaches miss out when they're teaching and guiding students and clients, that it doesn't happen overnight, and that it is really a series of mini upgrades. I often call them mini upgrades. So thinking about your desired end result and then sort of mapping your way back. Your desired result is here, your transformation, your vision, you know, we've looked at all of that this week. And then looking at where you are today. For example, if your money consciousness is currently only bringing you, I don't know, a certain amount per month, let's say 2K per month, all right? If that's where what your money consciousness is currently set at, your beliefs, your thoughts, your perceptions, your feelings, your ideas, and also mixed in there maybe some insecurities, maybe some limiting beliefs around money, some fears around having more money, all right? So it's going to be almost impossible for you to jump from bringing in 2K to 10K, let's say, per month, all right? That's not to say it's never, ever, ever going to be possible, but what it is to say is that choose in your goal setting, in your plan of action, in your now action phase, choosing actions that are going to be a little bit bigger than your current experiences. All right, so for example, instead of jumping straight from 2 to 10, maybe jump from 2 to 2.5. And do that for a month or two, and then jump from 2.5 to 3 and do that for a month or two. Those are the kinds of results that stick the most. Those are the kinds of results that become a way of life. So also these ideas are applicable to any and all area that you're wishing to transform. If you're wishing to transform your health or wellness, maybe lose some weight. So it's actually easier to describe the example because we can kind of see it and feel it, can't we? That, you know, if we're looking at dropping a few stone or kilograms, depending on where in the world you are, then we know we don't go to bed one night and say, I want to lose this amount of weight, and wake up the next morning and it's done. All right, there has to be a process. There has to be the joining of the desire with the action in order for the results to come in. So this is what you're going to be doing. So just have that in mind. I don't want to put a dampener on your enthusiasm and excitement. I still want you to be excited, but I just really want to be realistic with you as well, because no one ever really got anywhere without being a little bit realistic, okay? Realistic so that you can understand how to put together your plan without then in a week or so time feeling completely deflated and completely disappointed. All right, you know, I teach quite often the reality of an upgrade, the reality of transformation or completely overhauling your life, because it's not often talked about. You know, often we see someone go from rags to riches, or from illness to health, and we're not often told the story in between. We're not told what it takes. We're not told the sleepless nights. We're not told the arguments or the disappointments or the failures or the worries or the anxieties. Now, that's not to say that that's definitely going to be happening to you, but it's important for me to flag it up just in case it is. So when you're putting your plan together, decide very specifically on what it is you're going to focus on for the next period of time. I'm going to pop it all down there in the comment section. And then think about what you've been putting off for a while. Maybe you've been putting something off and it's been sort of nudging you in the ribs, and you've been like, no. Maybe it's time to put that into action. Maybe it's time that you really listened to those messages and decided that that difficult thing that you couldn't quite get to, or you doubted maybe, that it's time to get that done, that phone call, that email, as I said before, that course maybe for your business, maybe whisking your partner away on a romantic weekend if your relationship is not where you want it to be. Or maybe finally joining that yoga class, or setting your alarm a little bit earlier every day to go for a walk if it's health and wellness that you're looking for. Transformation in any area of your life that you currently desire it in is possible. And this activity, this set of activities today is almost like, it's like we're getting to the end of building our cake. You know, the cake's been made, the topping's been put on, and now we're in the decoration phase. So today is not quite the cherry, maybe the icing. All right, so you're almost there, but it's very important. You know, if a cake is made and there's a ton of icing on it and it's not nice, it's not done properly, it's not a very enjoyable cake, is it? So today is all about creating that very top class topping for the amazing work that you've been doing. Without this plan of action, you may as well scrap the whole course and go back to how you were. So this is important. And obviously, once you've created the plan of action, we then have to find ways to enable, assist and support you in continuing to implement them. So showing up for your plan of action. And that's going to be in tomorrow's class. So we're going to look at how to ensure that you show up, what could possibly stop you, and to make sure that we pop that cherry right on the top, or whatever you prefer in terms of a topping. So get started, it'll all be below, and as always, contact me, ask me any questions if you've got any queries, struggles, blocks, or you know, if you've got celebrations, maybe you've already seen some tangible results and I really want to hear about them. So enjoy the rest of the day. Until tomorrow.